Hi. In today's yoga class, we're going to be focusing on chair pose, Utkatasana. So not chair yoga as in using an actual chair, though I might do that, but the chair pose, Utkatasana. Utkatasana is a fantastic pose. It strengthens your legs, it works your back, it works your core, it works your shoulders. It's a really great all-around pose. And we'll be moving through a couple of standing poses, so it might be relatively vigorous, and then balance in Utkatasana in chair as well, and then move to the floor. If at any point you feel uncomfortable, you've got any pain, please stop. Please come out of that pose and either relax, you can always go into child's pose, or just wait for us. If you don't like a certain pose that we all do together, then you can skip that. You can do a pose that you prefer. This is your yoga practice. I'm just here giving you suggestions for what to do. Prop wise, you might want to use a belt in our seated poses for one or two poses. If you don't have a yoga belt like this, you can always use a towel, a scarf, the belt of a bathrobe. And maybe, but possibly not, get yourself a block. And if you don't have a block, you could use a really nice thick book or roll up a blanket. We might not be using it at all, but just in case, it's always nice to have props ready. And other than that, I hope you have fun. Okay, so we're going to start seated, comfortable. Could have one shin in front of the other, or one foot on the calf of the other foot, and we're just going to sit here. Going to place our hands on our knees or in our lap, ideally the palms facing up, but if you prefer your palms facing down, that's also okay. And let's inhale, big inhale through the nose, and then exhale with a sigh through the mouth. Let's do another one of those. Inhale, deep inhale from the nose, and then exhale through the mouth if you want with a sigh. Let's have another inhale here, inhaling our shoulders up and pulling the back and down, opening our chest a little bit. And we want to sit nice and tall. Actually, if you have a block and you want it, you could sit on your block, just elevating your seat a little bit if you find that more comfortable, but you obviously don't have to. And we're just going to sit here and breathe and trying to be present. Breathing in and out through the nose and trying to stay with that breath from now on throughout the class. Closing our eyes if we want to. And trying to not think too much about anything that we're going to do later on today. Trying not to think about what's happened so far this week. Just trying to be present. Just be here in this moment. As we breathe, as we feel our breath moving through our body, maybe having a quick little scan of the body, starting from the top of the head, moving down from the top of the head, down towards the eyes, ears, mouth and nose, your neck, and as you scan down through your body, noticing how you feel, if there's any tension anywhere, any pain anywhere, whether you feel heavy or light. Scanning through, maybe you're in your chest now, your abdomen, your hips, your glutes, your legs, your knees, your calves, your feet. How your joints, just noticing, not judging. Now coming to your breath, noticing where you feel it most. If you don't really feel your breath at all right now, you could even place your hands on your tummy, or one hand on the abdomen, another on the chest, if you wanted to feel that breath a bit more, if that feels good to you. And just noticing that your natural rhythm of your breath for a few inhales and exhales. Now let's try to breathe a bit more consciously. Breathing into our abdomen, and as we breathe into our abdomen, belly expands, belly pushes against our leggings or the band of our shorts or trousers, and as we exhale, the belly button moves towards the spine. We inhale, our belly expands. We exhale, the abdomen moves in. And let's stay with that abdominal breath today. Breathing into our belly and exhaling. Breathing into our abdomen, we're utilizing our diaphragmatic breath a bit more. We're breathing more deeply. It's a bit more calming kind of breath. What can happen when we're a bit tense or when we're stressed, that we've got quite a shallow breath and we're breathing into our chest. So by breathing into our abdomen in those situations, you might be able to calm yourself down. It's a bit chicken or egg. Are you stressed because your breath is shallow and fast, or are you breathing shallow and fast because you're stressed? And by changing how we breathe, we can actually try to change how we feel as well. Breathing into the belly, really pushing it out, and exhaling, pulling it in. We're often trying to suck our tummies in, trying to tensing our body up. That's really not that healthy, not that good for us. It's okay for our bellies to be free, to move. Don't need to suck it in. Into the belly, out, and the belly moves in. Let's take a few more breaths here. Into the abdomen, exhale out. In and out. One last inhale here. At the end of the exhale, let's gently blink our eyes open. Lovely. Hopefully you're a little calmer now. Maybe have a little stretch, roll our shoulders. Maybe move your head if that feels good. Alright, okay, lovely. Oh, wonderful. Nice circles there. Okay, let's do a little bit of a side stretch and a few twists here. So we're placing our left hand beside our left hip. Maybe in those like 10 finger shape kind of thing. Then we're going to inhale our arm up and exhale, we stretch over. Inhale and exhale. We're pushing into the left hand, right hand next to us. And exhale, we're reaching over with the left. Inhaling here, exhale. Inhale and exhale, we're pushing into the right and back to the left. Inhaling here and exhaling here. Maybe looking to the right palm. Inhale and exhale, we're pushing into the left hand, other side. Right hand down, left arm reaching over. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale, we're coming over and we're staying on the left for a little moment longer now. Inhaling here, we're reaching over. Exhale, maybe bending that elbow a little more as we go. Maybe we're coming a bit deeper as we're stretching here. But we want to keep both sit bones in contact with the ground. Inhale, exhale. Maybe opening the chest a little bit, rotating, pulling that right shoulder, the top shoulder back a tiny bit. Lovely. Inhale, exhale. One more inhale, and exhale, we're pushing into the left hand and we're coming over to the right. Stretching over, inhale. We're stretching, again, keeping both sit bones in contact with the ground, maybe bending that elbow a little more. Inhale, exhale. Maybe opening that chest a little by pulling the left shoulder back a tiny bit. Lovely. Inhale and exhale, pushing into the right and coming up. Lovely. Okay, great. We're going to do a little twist. So for that, we're bringing, again, with the 10 fingers, we're placing the left hand behind our glutes, behind us. And we're going to bring the right hand on our left knee. Inhale, we're stretching up, we're sitting tall. And exhale, we're twisting over, looking over our shoulder. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, we're coming to the other side. So we're placing the left hand on the right knee, right hand behind us. Inhale, we're stretching up, and exhale, we're twisting over, looking over the shoulder. But the twist is not coming from the neck, it's coming from the shoulder and the waist. The neck is just following. Inhale here, exhale. Inhale and exhale, we're coming through center, other side, so right hand, left knee, left hand behind us. Inhale, we're stretching, we're sitting nice and tall, and exhale, we're twisting. Twisting from the waist, from the shoulder, not the neck. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and the exhale, we're coming through center, left hand, right knee, right hand behind us. Inhale, we're sitting up tall, exhale, we're twisting. Really nice. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale, we're coming through center one more time either side. So right hand, left knee, left hand behind us. Inhale and exhale, we're twisting. And maybe see with the next inhale, lengthen a little bit more. And exhale, maybe twisting just a micro centimeter, tiny bit more. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, maybe twisting a tiny bit more. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, maybe twisting a little more or staying where we are, looking great. Inhale and exhale, we're coming through center, other side. Left hand, right knee, right hand behind us. Inhale, we're sitting up tall, and exhale, we twist. Lovely. Inhale, we lengthen again. In our twist, and exhale, maybe twist a little bit more. Inhale, lengthen again in our twist, and exhale, twisting a tiny bit more. Inhale and exhale, we're coming through center. Lovely. All right, let's walk our hands out in front of us, just gently, and coming into a really gentle forward fold here. Your elbows can come to the ground, but they don't have to if you don't have that available to you, if you don't like it. And we're looking to the space between our thumbs, and our head does not have to come anywhere close to the ground. It's just a really gentle fold. Stay for 2 more breaths. Okay, with the next inhale, we're going to push into our hands, coming onto our onto our hands, lifting the elbows if they were on the ground, and we're walking our hands back gently, just walking them back. I'm going to switch our legs over now, so the other foot is going in front or on the shin, on the calf, sorry. We're going to do the same thing again, so gently walking our hands out in front of us, and maybe bringing our elbows down if that feels good. Inhale. Exhale, we're coming down. Breathing here, looking to the space between our fingers, between our thumbs. Head does not have to come to the floor. Okay, if your elbows are on the floor, the next inhale, we're pushing into our hands, lifting those off the ground, and exhale, gently moving back. Lovely. Today I want to try doing cat-cow in seated, actually. I'll show you from the side. So sitting however we want, again comfortable. We're placing our hands on our knees, and we're going to inhale cow. So for that we're going to place where I've got our hands, the palms on our knees. We're going to inhale, we're pulling on our knees and we're arching and we're looking up. It's going to feel similar, but it's a little different. Exhale, we're rounding our spine, we're bringing our chin to our chest. I'm just rounding here, tilting back a little bit maybe, rounding our back, lovely. Inhale, we're pulling on our knees again, not hurting our knees, looking to the ceiling and arching here. Exhale, we're rounding our spine, making us into an egg. Inhale, we're coming up, we're arching, looking to the ceiling. Wonderful. Exhale. Inhale, we're coming up. Exhale, coming into our cow. One more inhale and exhale. One more rounding, and then we're coming into center. Lovely. All right. Great. Let me have a quick look what's coming next. Cool. We are going to roll onto our knees into a tabletop. Going to tuck our toes. Going to push back into a downward dog. We're going to walk our feet here. One at a time, just bringing the heel down. Just coming into a gentle downward dog. You can experiment with how close your feet are to your body. And playing around with this. Coming to center. Stop paddling your feet. And with our hands, our shoulder width apart, middle fingers pointing forward. We're pushing into the whole hand. Our back is straight. And we're pushing back, shoulders away from the ears, nice flat back. Feet are pointing forward, feet are hip width apart. And we're looking to the space between our feet. Nice flat back here. If that means you have to bend your knees a little bit, that's totally fine. But whether your knees are bent or not, imagine pulling your heels towards the ground to activate the calves here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And now we're going to gently start walking our feet forward. We're stopping behind our hands, feet about foot length behind the hands. Just going to hang here, maybe bending the knees a tiny bit. Let's just hang here, swaying from side to side. You could draw your fingers over the mat, or hold your hand, the opposite elbows with the hands. And hanging here, swaying here for another 1, 2, and 3. And then coming to center, bending our knees, letting go of our elbows if we're holding them, bringing our abdomen and our ribs, our chest in contact with our thighs, tucking our chin to our chest, and we're gently, gently rolling up into standing. Lovely. Wonderful. Really nice. Coming to bring our feet to the front of the mat, and before we're starting with our Sun Salutations, we're going to start in chair already. So let's just remind us what chair pose actually looks like. So we bring our feet together. If you find it more comfortable, you could do chair still with your feet hip width apart. Let's still lift our toes off the mat. And then spread them wide and then lowering them one at a time, starting with the little toe, fourth toe, middle toe, second toe and big toe, maybe lifting our heels. And for chair, we're going to imagine that we're sitting in an imaginary chair. So we're bending our knees and we're sitting back. And if you're looking at your knees, you want them to be in line, so they're right next to each other. And you also want to be able to see your toes. If you can't see your toes, you're a bit too forward on your feet. So just push back to make sure you can actually see your feet. You want your back nice and flat. So rather than pushing your bum out like a duck, nice flat back. If that means that you have to straighten your legs a little more, that's totally fine. Let's stay here. Let's stay for a breath or two. Nice flat back. You can either have your hands on heart center, or you could try and have them straight over your head. Maybe your elbows more or less in line with your ears, so that your your upper arms are against your ears. But here, what I sometimes notice myself doing, if I'm pulling my shoulders back, I arch my back a little bit. So make sure you keep your back nice and flat. Stay for one breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. We're straightening our legs and we're coming down into a full forward fold. Hands either side of the feet, maybe bending the knees. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to shins, we're looking down. Exhale, hands down, we're stepping back with the right foot, followed by the left foot, into a plank. Lovely. Inhale here, exhale, knees down, chest down, chin down. Inhale, we're sliding forward. Cobra, elbows into the body, chest is lifted but lower ribs are untouched with the ground. Toes pointing back. Exhale, we're tucking the toes, we're pushing into a down dog. Maybe stepping the feet in a little bit for a downward facing dog, Ardha Utkatasana. Hands, whole palm is pushing into the ground. Ball of the hand, the knuckles, the fingers, the weight is spread through the whole hand. Staying here for 3 more breaths. Flat back, shoulders away from the ears, heels pulling towards the ground. Okay, inhale, we're stepping forward with the right foot, followed by the left foot. On the exhale, inhale, hands to shins, looking down for a half forward fold. Exhale, hands down, full forward fold. Inhale, engaging the core and we're coming up. Exhale, hands into heart center. Let's bend our knees again for our chair. Again, nice flat back, making sure we can see our toes. Inhale, arms up. Lovely. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale, straightening those legs and we're coming into a forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, hands down, we're stepping back with the left foot now, followed by the right, into a plank. Inhale, exhale, knees down, chest down, chin down, 8-point pose, our bottoms up in the air. Inhale, sliding forward into cobra, looking forward, feeling our back work. Exhale, tucking the toes, pushing back, downward facing dog. Maybe stepping those feet in, pushing into the hands, heels pulling to the ground. Breathing here, in and out through the nose. Inhale, we're stepping forward with the left foot, followed by the right foot on the exhale. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to shins. Exhale, full forward fold, hands at the side of the feet, maybe bending the knees. Inhale, engaging the core and we're coming up. Exhale, hands into heart center. Lovely. We're going to do Sun Salutation B, which always includes chair Utkatasana anyways. Just now we did a Sun Salutation A and added it. So, going to bend our knees, we're going to come back into our chair. Flat back, engaging the core. Inhale, arms up if you want. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, straightening those legs and we're folding forward. Full forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to shins or fingertips to mat if you want. Exhale, hands down, we're stepping back with the right foot, followed by the left foot into plank. Inhale here, Exhale, you can come down, knees, chest, chin. You could come down half chaturanga with your knees on the ground, or you could come down full chaturanga, rocking forward a little bit, bending the elbows, coming down. Either now on the inhale, coming into a cobra as we have done, or an upward facing dog. An upward dog, only the backs of your feet and your hands are touching the ground. Exhale, pushing back. We're bringing the sole of the left foot down, toes are pointing a bit towards the top corner of the mat. Sole of the back foot is down, and now we're stepping forward with the right, coming onto the ball of the foot as we step off the back foot. We're in this lunge now, and let's stay here for a moment, and as we stay here, we're trying to pull the right hip back a little bit, the left hip forward a bit, pushing into the back foot, that left foot, trying to square our hips to the front of the mat. Want our hips to point forward here. Inhale, exhale. With the next inhale, we're coming up into a warrior one. And here we want to pull up, as I said, pull the right hip back a little bit, the left hip forward. We want to point forward, bending that front knee. If you find that really difficult, you could come onto the ball of the back foot into a lunge, and then it will be a lot easier to face your hips forward. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale, hands down either side of the right foot, the front foot. We're stepping back into a plank again. You can now come down, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, half chaturanga, whatever you like on the exhale. Inhale, we're sliding forward, cobra again, or upward facing dog. Exhale, we're rolling over our toes, we're coming into a down dog. Now we're placing the sole of the right foot down. Again, heel down, toes pointing a bit forward. As we step forward with the left, we're coming up to the ball of the back foot, then placing the sole down again. And we're staying here for a moment. Again, pulling that left hip, the hip of that bent knee leg back, the hip of the straight leg, the back leg forward. So right hip forward. Inhale, exhale, and inhale, we're coming up into a warrior one. Warrior one, you can have your palms touch or shoulder width apart if you prefer, but if your hands are shoulder width apart, imagine you're holding a beach ball, so really engaging the fingers here. Lovely. Bending that knee, trying to square your hips and your chest forward. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, hands down either side of the left foot. Stepping back into plank, and again come down whichever way you want on the exhale. Inhale, sliding forward. Cobra, upward facing dog. Lovely. Exhale, pushing back into a down dog, stepping our feet in. If at any point you want to take a break in a quick child's pose, that's totally fine. If you took a break in child's pose, let's come back through tabletop into a downward facing dog for a few breaths. Okay, with the next inhale, we're stepping our right foot forward in between our hands, followed by the left on the exhale. Inhale, hands to shins, we're looking down. Exhale, we're folding down, full forward fold, hands either side of the feet, palms touching the mat as well. If you need to bend your knees, that's fine. And now let's all bend our knees and come into a chair pose straight away. Amazing, lovely. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale, we're folding down, straightening those legs into a full forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold, hands to shins or fingertips to mat. Exhale, stepping back with the right foot, followed by the left foot. Into a plank, we're coming down, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, half chaturanga on the exhale. Inhale, sliding forward, cobra, upward facing dog, lovely. Exhale, we're pushing back, placing the sole of the left foot down, heel down, slightly behind, toes pointing forward a little bit. Inhale, we're stepping forward with that right foot. We're staying here for one moment, squaring our hips. Inhale, exhale, lovely. Inhale, coming up. Exhale. Arms are up, either palms touching or hip width apart, shoulder width apart. Pushing into that back foot, pushing into the little toe side of that back foot as well. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale, both hands down. Roll up the back foot, stepping into a plank. Inhale, exhale, coming down whichever way we want. Inhale, we're sliding forward into our back bend. Cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, we're rolling back. Now we're placing the sole of the right foot down. Heel back, toes pointing forward. And inhale, stepping forward with that left foot. Staying here for one moment. Really good. Nice work, guys. And inhale, coming up. Bending that front knee. Pushing into the little toe side of the back foot. Arms up. Looking great. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Hands down at the side of the front foot. Stepping back into plank. Coming down, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga or half chaturanga. Inhale, we're sliding forward, cobra or upward facing dog. So we're tucking our toes, we're pushing back. Breathing here. In and out through the nose. We might have lost touch with our breath as we're moving through these poses, as we're moving through asana practice. So in down dog, as we have a moment of stillness, try to connect with your breath in and out through the nose. Okay, inhale, we're stepping forward with the left foot, followed by the right foot on the exhale. Inhale, half forward fold, hands, palms to shins or fingertips to mat. Exhale, full forward fold, forehead towards the shins. Maybe bending the knees. Now let's all bend the knees and inhale, come up into a chair pose. Lovely. Inhale and exhale, straightening those legs. Great. All right, getting warm. Next sequence, we've done this before in the past, where we get into a twisted chair. I'll show you. So we're getting into a chair, we twist, and then we step back in the twist into a twisted lunge. So we're going to do a little sequence of that. So we're going to challenge our balance already. If you wobble, no problem. If you find it really difficult to step back from twisted chair, what you can also do is come into twisted chair, then place your hands down, step back, and then come into a lunge, a twisted lunge. So you don't have to do it like stepping back from twisted chair if you don't like that. Okay, so let's come into twisted chair. So we're coming into chair first. We're bending our knees, sitting back, nice flat back. We're staying here for 3 breaths. Have your hands in heart center because we're twisting in a moment anyways. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. The next inhale, we're going to twist over, bring our right elbow to the outside of that left knee. Lovely. And now we're going to push, if we can, into prayer. Our hands press the palms into each other and maybe pulling that top elbow, the left elbow, back a little bit so that they're stacked on top of each other as well, rather than having the elbow, if you can see me, poke like this. I want to pull it into the body. Inhale, exhale, looking good. Inhale, exhale. And now let's shift our weight a tiny bit onto the left foot and step back with the right. Whew. If you've got any pain at any moment, please come up. You don't have to stay in the twisted lunge if you don't like it. You can also come into a standard lunge. Staying in that twisted lunge for one moment. I'm going to coming out of the twist into a lunge, hands in heart center. Inhale, arms up in lunge. Exhale, hands down either side of the front foot, stepping back with that left leg into a plank. Inhaling here. Exhale, coming down, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, heart, chaturanga. Inhale, sliding forward into a cobra. Exhale, pushing into down dog. Let's lift our left leg off the ground. We're in a three-legged dog. The right foot is on the floor, left foot into the air, toe pointed, pulling it back, pushing into the palms, into the hands, looking lovely. Inhale, exhale, one more breath here. Inhale, exhale, inhale. We're stepping that left foot forward in between our hands for a low lunge for the moment. We're staying here. Inhale, exhale. With the next inhale, we're coming up into a lunge on the left leg. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Let's bring our hands into heart center. Inhale and exhale. We twist into a twisted lunge. If you lose your balance, that's totally fine. Again, for the twist, your right elbow comes on the outside of that left thigh, pushing the hands into each other, pulling that left elbow into the body. Inhale, exhale, shifting our weight, if we can, a little bit into that front foot, the left foot. Inhale and exhale, let's step forward into a twisted chair if we can. Well done. Great. Inhale, exhale, and inhale, let's come up and out of our little sequence. That was a bit of a, it's a bit of a tricky one. But I think it's fun, and if you fall out of it, just smile. And if you don't like the twist, if it hurts your shoulders, then you don't have to do the twist. You can just step back and do it without the twisting. Okay, let's do it on the other side. I'm going to do it from this side so you can see me better. So, feet together, stand like this. Inhale, exhale, let's stand here for a moment, close our eyes. My heart is really beating fast. Okay, and let's bend our knees for a chair. Inhale, exhale. Stay for 2 more breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, and now let's twist. Inhale, the left elbow on the outside of the right thigh, lovely. Bending the knees, the elbow, the right elbow into the body, pressing the palms into each other. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now shifting our weight a little bit into that right foot and stepping back with the left into a twisted lunge. Well done, great job. Staying here for 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, let's come up into a standard lunge. Arms up. Inhale and exhale, hands either side of that front foot. We're stepping back into a plank. We're coming down whichever way we want. Knees, chest, chin, half chaturanga, chaturanga. Inhale, we're sliding forward into cobra or our upward facing dog, our back bend. Exhale, we're pushing back into our down dog. Maybe stepping our feet in a little bit. Inhale, exhale. Breathing in and out through the nose if we can. Alright, the next inhale, we're lifting our right leg off the floor, right foot off the floor. 3-legged dog, the left foot is on the ground, right foot is in the air. Pointing the right foot, we're pushing into those hands. In our 3-legged dog, 2 more breaths here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale, stepping that right foot in between our feet. Lovely. Staying here for 1. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, we're coming up into a lunge. Looking great. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, bring our hands into heart center. Inhale, exhale. Now exhale, we twist. Bring that left elbow on the outside of the right thigh. Lovely. Staying here for 1. Inhale, exhale. All right, let's mentally prepare for stepping up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, we're stepping forward into our twisted lunge. If you fall, that's totally fine. I just did. Inhale, exhale, and inhale, let's come out of the twist, coming into standing. Well done, great. All right, we're done with our standing sequence now. And now we're going to balance in our chair. This is something that one of my yoga teachers did quite a bit back in the day when you were still allowed to go to classes. I'll show you and then we'll do it together. So we're going to come into a chair again. My legs are burning a little bit, I don't know about you. We're going to come into a chair and then we bring our chest parallel and we're going to try if we can come onto our tiptoes, and then we're going to try to see if we can point, step forward. And as you just saw, lost my balance. It's fine, bring your heels down, come up again, stepping forward. Just playing with that a little bit. All right, let's do it together. We're going to be starting stepping forward with the right foot, just so you can mentally prepare for that. All right, so bending our knees, making sure we can see our toes. Knees are in line, back is flat, into a chair. Let's stay here for 2 breaths in our standard chair. Utkatasana. All right, and now inhale, exhale. We're lowering our chest so we're parallel to the ground with our upper body. 1 breath here, and we're looking down. Find some spot on your mat, just like, you could even make a spot with your finger so you've got something to look at. Inhale, exhale. Now let's try to come onto our tiptoes, lifting our heels as much as we can, looking onto the mat. Well done. Inhale, exhale. And now let's see if we can tap our right toes forward and tap them back. Well done. 1 more time on the right. Tap those toes forward and tap them back next to the left foot. Lovely. Let's come onto bring our heels down for a moment. Relax here. Inhale, exhale. All right, inhale, let's come onto our tiptoes again. All right, inhale, exhale. And now let's tip our left toes forward. See if we can tip them back. If you have to lift your chest a little bit to balance, that's totally fine. Inhale, tip our left toes forward again and tap them back. And lower the heels. And coming to standing. Lovely. Well done. Up. Let's do that one more time actually. One more. Alright. Feet together. Let's bend our knees, coming into a chair. If you want, if you're done, you don't have to do this again. Inhale. Exhale. Let's bring our chest parallel to the ground. Lifting our heels off the ground. And let's only do one at a time. One aside. Tapping our right toes forward. Tapping them back. Inhale, exhale. Now we're tapping our left toes forward, tapping them back. Inhale, exhale, lowering the heels, coming to standing. Well done, great. Okay, that was fun, I thought. Alright, let's come down through a Vinyasa, through a flow. So inhale, arms are up. Exhale, we're folding down. Inhale, half fold, fold hands to shins, the fingertips to mat. Exhale, hands down, we're stepping back with whatever foot you want into a plank. Inhaling a plank, we're coming out whatever way we want, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, half chaturanga. Inhale, we're sliding forward, cobra, upward facing dog. Inhale, we're pushing back into a down dog. We're coming onto our knees, pushing into a brief child's pose. Arms are out in front of us. Knees are a little bit apart, toes, big toes are touching. Forehead on the mat maybe, or you could even cross your arms, bring your hands on top of each other, use your hands as a pillow for your forehead, if you prefer that. Okay, let's come into a child's pose, bring our hands under our shoulders, pushing into our hands and coming to kneeling. Lovely. Going to come into a tabletop. I'm going to step our right foot forward so we're kneeling. Like a knight, I suppose. Okay, we're going to, if you've got a belt, you could use that here. We're going to do a quad stretch, which I think is really nice after all those chair poses. So you kick your back leg, your left leg in, and here you don't want to rest on the kneecap, but a little bit above, almost more like the sort of the upper bit of your knee towards your thigh, so that it's a bit more comfortable. You could also roll over your mat, have a bit of double padding here. And if you can't reach your foot, if you can't reach your foot like I'm holding it here, you could either just have it kicked up like this, or you could do a loop with your belt and hold your foot in that belt. You could also just do it like this. You could even, if you can, hold it in both hands and just the more you pull your heel towards your glutes, and the more that distance between your legs, so if you want, you could walk that front foot forward a little bit and then lean forward. Feel that twist, stretch in your quads. Great for runners, great for cyclists, great for some of the balances we do in yoga. Stay for 2 more breaths, but only go as far as you find comfortable. A little bit of discomfort when we stretch is not bad, but pain is something we do not want. So be careful. 2 more breaths here. Okay, letting go of that foot if we were holding it, however we were holding it, bringing it down. If we've rolled over the mat, maybe try and unroll that again. And we're going to step back with the right foot, maybe sit back and kneeling for a moment. Just sit here, let's close our eyes. Sitting in hero pose when we kneel, I love that. Who doesn't want to be a hero? Okay, opening the eyes. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'll show it from this side now. So coming into a tabletop. We're now stepping the left foot in between our hands. Again, if we kick our foot up, we want to not be on the kneecap itself, but on this little meaty bit of your knee just above, like sort of between knee and thigh. Again, you can roll over your mat, it makes it a lot more comfortable. Put a cushion or a little blanket or a towel there. You can hold your foot in your hand. If you can't reach it or you don't want to reach it, you can also just kick it up. If you've got a belt, you can make a loop with it, like so, and then somehow try to catch your foot and pull it in. Again, balancing. If you can grab it in your hand, you could even see if you can grab it in both hands. This one going around and holding it on the other side, if you can see here. And maybe walking that front foot forward a bit to stretch a bit more. Again, bit of discomfort is fine, no pain though, especially not pain in the knee, so be careful here. Breathing here. One more breath, inhale, exhale, and let's let go of that foot now. Hands either side of the back foot, maybe lifting the knee, unfolding the mat if we did, stepping back with that front foot and coming into a kneeling pose. Just sit here for a moment. All right, lovely. Next along is just a seated forward fold, stretching the backs of our legs, sitting with our legs out in front of us. Toes are flexed. If you want to use your belt, you can use your belt. You can bring that around your feet, the balls of the feet. Hold it in either hand. Inhale, we're sitting nice and tall here. And exhale, hinging from our hip and coming down. You can either, if you don't have a belt, you can also hold your thigh or your calf or your ankle, and also if you reach, hold your feet. But if you're holding your feet, you don't want to hold your feet and compromise your back. You want a nice flat back and you don't want to round. So if the only way that you can reach your feet is by going like this and really rounding your back, don't want to do that. It's better to just sit here. Nice flat back, open chest. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Inhale, we're coming up. Exhale, we're sitting up straight. Lovely. Okay, I think we're done with that bow now. Quick look. Right. Okay, we're going to lie on our backs. Like this. And if you want, we're going to do a bridge in a moment. If you wanted, you could use a block to put that under your lower back for supported bridge, if you prefer that today. I'm going to lie back and our knees are bent, feet on the ground, feet hip width apart. And to begin with, we're going to do a reclining pigeon. So for that, we're going to lift our right foot off the mat now, crossing the right shin over the left thigh. You can either stay here, maybe push that knee or the thigh back with the hand. You can also lift your left foot off the ground. Stay here. If you want, you can grab around your left thigh, holding it behind the thigh with your hands interlaced. If you want to go a bit further, you can also hold it around the shin. But whatever you do, try, especially as you go from behind the thigh to around the shin, you don't want to round your back too much. So if by doing that, the back of the head lifts off the mat and the bum lifts off the mat too much, now please go back to the previous option. Want a nice flat back here as we pull our legs into our body. Feeling the stretch in our right hamstring and glute. Breathing here. Okay, wherever we are, if we're holding a leg, let's release. We lifted our legs, let's put the left foot down, and now uncross the right foot, place that down on the ground. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, so we're lifting the left leg foot off the ground, crossing the left shin over the right thigh. You can either stay here, pushing the left thigh a bit away, you can lift your right foot off the ground and stay here. You can hold behind your right thigh, or you could try holding, like interlacing your fingers around your shin. But as I said on the other side, don't round your back. If you do lift your head off the ground, then just go back to the previous option. Staying here. Breathing here. Okay, wherever you are, if you are holding your leg, let go of the hands. If you lifted your foot, place the right foot back on the ground, and then uncross the left shin, place the left foot back on the ground. Let's bring our feet as close as we can to our glutes, feet still hip width apart. Maybe see if you can touch your heels with your fingers. If you can't, that's also fine. And we're going to do 2 little bridges. So your arms are either side of your body. Palms are into the mat. I'm going to inhale, exhale here. And then inhale, we're tucking the pelvis. By doing that, we're closing that natural gap we've got in our spine and the lower back. We're lifting our glutes off the ground, lifting our bum off the ground, lower back, middle back, upper back. We're pushing into our feet and we're bringing our chest close to our chin. And we're staying here for 2 breaths, or 3 breaths actually.
Inhale, exhale. Here you won't be able to breathe super deeply in this back bend. And little inversion. Inhale and exhale. Slowly rolling back, rolling through the upper back, middle back, lower back, and then pelvis, and untucking that pelvis so that you've got that natural curve in your spine again. One breath here, inhale, exhale, inhale. We're tucking our pelvis, closing that gap, that natural curvature in our spine, and we're gently lifting our glutes, our lower back, middle back, upper back off the ground. We're pushing into our feet, pushing to intensify that back bend, chin towards chest. You can either stay here with your palms into the mat, or you could try to hold your hands, clasp your hands under your back, interlacing them. If you're interlacing them, maybe see if you can roll a bit higher on your shoulders. Let's stay here for another 3 breaths. Really nice, everyone. Okay, if you were holding your hands under your back, let go. Palms, arms either side again, palms into the ground. Inhale and exhale, gently lowering down. Spine coming down gently, 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 like pearls that are being rolled down one at a time. All right, let's bring our knees into our chest and hug our knees into our body. And just gently rock from side to side, little massage there after this pose. I'm on a particularly creaky floorboard right now, I'm sorry. I keep coming to center, stillness. We're placing our feet down on the mat again, knees bent. And now I'd like us to do a reclining eagle pose, Garudasana pose. So for that, we're leaving the sole of the left foot remains on the floor. We're lifting our right foot and we're crossing it over. And this time, instead of just crossing the ankle or the shin over the thigh, we want to try and close the gap between our thighs. So really bring that leg, that shin, the calf along the side of on the outside of the left leg. And now let's see if we can wiggle the right toes behind around the back of the calf of the left foot, so that now the right toes will be poking out on the right side of the left calf. It's a bit complicated. So like this. Look at my feet. Okay, and then if you've done that, we're lifting our left foot off the ground and flexing the left foot as if we were standing. Nice. And I quite like, we're doing it just on the feet, not the arms. I quite like to interlace my fingers and place my hands on that right knee and maybe just very tiny, gently pulling it into the body. And here we're stretching our hips, stretching our legs, just staying here. When we do standing eagle, Garudasana, it can be a really tricky pose because it's really difficult to balance when we're in this twist. But here on the floor, we can stay a little bit longer because we don't have to balance. Stay for one more breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, bring that left foot onto the ground and untwist that right. And stretch our legs out maybe, and just wiggle our legs, just let go, releasing the legs. Nice, whatever feels good, bending the knees. Lovely. Let's bend our knees again, soles of the feet onto the ground, and let's do it on the other side. So we're lifting our left leg now, crossing that left thigh over the right thigh, closing the gap between the thighs. And now let's see if we can wiggle the left toes around the right calf behind the back. And here you can now see how it's poking out on that side. Maybe, if you want, lift the right foot off the ground, flex that right foot as if we're standing on it, and let's place a hand, interlace hands if you want, on the left knee. Just pulling it very gently into our body, but only if you like that, only if it feels good. If you don't like that at all, then just leave the hands maybe on your tummy, feeling your breath. Stay here for another 2 breaths. One more. And letting go of the hands, placing that right foot on the ground, releasing that twist, that interlace, stretching the legs out in front of us. Let's maybe shake them out again. Lovely. Alright, let's bend our knees again. One last pose, feet on the floor. Let's bring our thighs into our body, knees into the body. We're going to do a happy baby pose. So for that, we're going to straighten our legs somewhat. So the knees are still bent, but the shins are pointing to the ceiling, feet are flexed and pointing to the ceiling. And either you can hold your calves here, you can hold your ankles, or you could hold the outside of your feet. And if you're holding the outside of the feet, you're sort of going, your arms are going along the inside of your knee and then holding the outside of the feet. And we're pulling our thighs into the body. And if you want, you can rock from side to side if you enjoy that. Or you can stay central. Wherever you are, pulling it in, trying to have a nice flat back. Could even try straightening one leg, bending it, straightening the other, then bending it, whatever you want, whatever feels good. One more breath here. And releasing our hands and coming to our final relaxation, Shavasana. Legs are mat to hip width apart. Maybe you could experiment with having them a bit wider apart. Maybe that feels good today. We've done quite a bit on our legs and our hips. Arms are alongside our body. Palms are facing up. If you have a blanket and you want to cover yourself up, that's a nice idea. Cover yourself. You could wear socks or put on a jumper. Tucking the chin a little bit to have a nice flat back of the neck. Closing your eyes. Let's all have one deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth, maybe with a sigh if you want. And as you exhale, really relax your body, relax your back. Sometimes when I first get into Shavasana, there's quite the gap in my back and I feel like I'm really holding on to something, but just inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, maybe with a sigh, and melt your back into the mat so that you're really nice and relaxed. Now we're breathing in and out through the nose again, in your own rhythm. Enjoying this. Maybe have another one of those little body scans that we did at the beginning. And we're seating. Starting at the top of the head now. Noticing how you're feeling. Relaxing your forehead as well. So scan through your body, any tension. See if you can relax the body in that area. Scanning through face, forehead, eyes, nose, tongue, jaw, ears, your neck muscles, your throat, shoulders, shoulder blades, chest muscles, upper back, the upper arms, the elbows, lower arms, hands, palms, fingers, your middle back, your abdomen, your lower back, your glutes, hips, pelvis, thighs, the thigh bones and the sockets of the hips, quads and your hamstrings, your knees, the kneecap and the back of the knee, calf and your shin, top of the foot, heel, sole of the foot, the ankle, toes, just noting how it feels, trying to relax as much as you can. Maybe feeling it's different to how it was at the beginning of the session. Just accepting it, just enjoying this awareness that we have. Just stay present. This total relaxation for a few moments. Okay, slowly, right back
into your body. Maybe bring some movement back into your body, moving your ankles and wrists, fingers and toes. Inhale, let's bring our legs together, arms together overhead for a full body stretch. And release, hugging your knees into your chest, rocking from side to side. And then gently falling over onto your right, using your right upper arm as a pillow. Inhale, exhale here, placing the left hand in front of your chest and pushing into that left hand to gently come up to seated. Gently come into seated. Lovely. Okay, sit comfortably. Let's take one breath here. Inhale to the nose. And exhale through the mouth maybe. Still a nice big circle. Inhale. Exhale, let's pull our hands down. Inhale, let's bring our thumbs to our third eye. Space between our eyebrows for clear and kind thoughts. Thumbs to our throat for clear and kind words. Thumbs to our heart for clear and kind feelings for others and for ourselves. And if you want, you can bow with the gratitude to the practice of yoga and gratitude to ourselves for moving today. Thank you so much for being here with me, and